Hello and welcome back to another Mogstation preview, although we should call this the online store preview now. I keep getting into the habit of just calling it the Mogstation cash shop, but essentially this is Final Fantasy XIV's cash shop and the latest new additions. So as you can see from the top here, we have this lovely new banner on the Square Enix Store's online store, and we have a really nice picture of what appears to be the carriage that everyone is going nuts over, and this sort of Bavarian, let's call it, styled sort of German traditional dress. Now, of course, I'm going to insult somebody in this video. It wouldn't be a Meoni video without it, would it? So essentially, we have a male and a female exclusive outfit, and these will cost you £11.16 in the UK. We also have the account-wide mount. This is the Chocobo Carriage mount for £23.99. So let's go through the other prices of this before we carry on. Additionally to this, Brave New Y'shtola is here for £2.88 if you missed that minion last year. And we also have the authentic copy of Liberation. These are the big wall posters. Those are also £2.88 as well. And there's quite a lot of them, as you can see. So if you want to get a hold of these posters for your indoor spaces, you can get those. We have the authentic portable pool for £2.88, the authentic wind chime stand for £2.88, and the Moonfire Fair advertisement as well. They're quite a large one for £2.88 as well. So there's quite a bit on the Mogstation today, but the most important thing, to me at least, are the brand new items. So let's look at the other prices before we get carried away. So of course that means in euros, let's do euros next. So €13.50 for the Bergsteiger's attire, which is the male one. Dirndl's attire, which is the female one, is again €13.50. The account-wide Chocobo Carriage will cost you €28.99. Brave New Y'shtola, the minion, €3.50. Then we got €3.50 on all of the artwork there. €3.50 on the portable pool housing item and the wind chime stand, and we also have the Moonfire Fair poster there, also €3.50. And then finally, let's look at dollars. That's usually what we look at. And for dollars, we've got $18 for the Bergsteiger's attire. And obviously for the female one as well, $18 there. $35.99 is what you're going to be paying for the account-wide Chocobo Carriage, which is a steep price, I think you'll agree. But you'll see why that's so expensive in a moment. We've got $5 for the Brave New Y'shtola minion, if you want to get that, and all of the artwork is $5 as well. Look, the authentic portable pool is $5 as well. So is the chime stand, and so is that final Moonfire Fair advertisement poster. So yeah, your first question will be, is this carriage worth getting? Well, we'll have a look at the stuff in the game in just a second. This is account wide, obviously. It is a very large tier mount, one of the most expensive mounts we've ever had on the store at €35.99. And yeah, so we have this item is only usable by characters who have acquired their personal Chocobo mount, and this mount can be ridden by 4 players together in a party. So this is a 4-player mount. A lot of people were saying this might be a 5-person mount, myself included, and the rumors we had were that they were working on a 5-person mount. Unfortunately then, that this one isn't 5-person, but 4-person isn't too bad. So we've got 1 at the front here, as you can see, driving it, and up to 3 in the back, right? Yeah, here's three people talking in the back. So of course this does fly as well, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. The posture when riding this mount may vary depending on the character's race and gender, so there are those things to bear in mind. And yeah, there's also unique music, apparently, that plays whilst riding the mount. So they made a big point of saying that there's unique music this time. But let's see in the game then, in a few seconds, what $35.99 will actually get you. In fact, let's start with that, and then we'll look at the other items as well. Okay, here we are in the game, looking brilliant with this outfit. We'll look at that in more detail in just a moment. I am very hyped to show you what the male and female versions look like. But this obviously is to look at a very special mount that everyone has been looking forward to. So let's get straight to that. There it is. Here's the Chocobo Carriage in all of its glory. I absolutely 100% love this mount. I am so sorry, just in advance, for all the people that are going to leave a comment and say, Meoni, why would you support something on a cash shop so heavily? Mostly because it doesn't really change anything in the game. It's not really that game breaking in my personal opinion. $35, well, $36, is that something that I would condone? I'm not so sure about the pricing, but personally, I've got, you know, some disposable income. Thankfully, I'm in that positive situation, and obviously I'm making a video out of this, but even if I wasn't, I would definitely make this. So there's some interesting things about this mount you should know. Firstly, you're not actually able to have this mount unless you already have your chocobo in the game. It doesn't actually use your own chocobo, personal chocobo, but it does actually require it to be a thing. It says that on the store page. You'll notice as well we have Nadra in the back here. We're actually going to go into G-pose just for a sec, and we'll look at, can we change the, there we go. Let's have the focus of the actual mount for a second. Can we focus on Nadra? Really sure what's going on here. No? Okay. Never mind then. But basically you'll see in the back here, you've got one seat here, and then you have two at the back. Now, each of these seats has different poses, and they also seem to be very different depending on the race that actually sits in them, which is quite surprising. Now, Nadra is obviously an Ellison, as you can see here, chilling in the back with her arm sort of rest on the side of the chair there, looking very comfortable. This is another thing that might trigger you a little bit, is that if you get too close, obviously everything disappears. That's just unfortunately the limitation of every mount in this game. You have the beautiful chocobo at the front here, which is just a generic cart pulling chocobo. But yeah, pretty much this is very, very, very much the same mount that you start the game on. In fact, this is the first mount that you see in the game, technically now. So that's a thing, with this beautiful yellow canopy here, like the balloon canopy. Of course, this mount does fly, so that does make even more sense, technically. And then on the bottom, we don't have wheels or anything like that. We have skids, but we're sort of floating here, which presumably means that we have, what do you call it? What's the stuff called that floats? I don't know. That stuff that I can't remember at the time of recording right now. But it is a really exceptional looking mount. And of course we have, you know, the lure here, which is a bell to make it go faster, or at least to tempt the bird to continue. So I'm just going to quickly ask, switch seats, please, just so we can show what it looks like in different seated positions. So Nadra is going to hopefully see that message. If not, that's fine. But yes, basically we have this little lantern here in the middle. We have lanterns at the front. I think that's it for lanterns. We have these little sort of party poppers kind of decoration-y things in the back. They're very celebratory. I don't know what these sacks would be. Are they ballast? Is that what that is? Is that to weigh down the back of the airship? Basically, that's kind of funny. So Nadra is now sitting in the other seat. So this one has a very similar pose, but she's cross-armed there, as you can see, cross-armed in the back there, not leaning on the side. And then the final one, and the final position will be facing backwards, obviously. There we go. And for this one, if she's looking at something, her head kind of breaks a little bit. She breaks her neck. But as you can see, if we go into G-pose, this person looks backwards whilst holding their head in their hands, presumably because they're fed up of seeing Moogles, and drunken Moogles at that, if you remember the intro to Realm Reborn. But how fantastic is this? Personally, I love this, like I've said before. So there's a few things you might be asking. A, what is the unique music? Because as we said at the start of this video, it's supposed to have unique mount music. Now, unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just a chocobo theme. Yeah. I am somewhat disappointed. I mean, I'm not sure what I expected with the Chocobo Carriage, but I mean, it's better than having the generic mount music, I suppose, right? But we're used to. But it's still very surprising to me. Very surprising that they decided to go this route. So let's look at it in motion then. So this is then with just a basic walk speed. As you can see, your passengers are in the back being rocked around in this very boingy looking Zeppelin skid. And the Chocobo there at the front is just plodding his way forward like a good boy. There is no animation by the looks of it from the driver. Obviously, that's not something that probably can happen in the engine of this game. I don't know. Let's not walk into the wall too badly. And here's the run animation. We do have to turn the music down, actually. Let's do that. Again, I'm doing this live today simply because, well, A, it's easier for me, and also people do seem to like my live stuff as well. My live takes on things. There you go. That's what it looks like as we're running, which looks really, really cool. Probably a lot faster than would be probably safe. Bear in mind, I've got the mounted speed increase on the ground here. So it might look a little bit faster than you would probably find in some of the lower level zones. And then here's flight, which, I mean, is amazing, isn't it? To see this thing fly. Let's go back into walk mode for a second to get better shots of this, and hopefully we're not losing too much bit rate in the recording. But how cool is this? It really, really is very nice to see this in the game. A lot of people will have the instant reaction of saying, oh, well, this should be something you earn in the game, considering it's an in-game model that's been there for many, many years. And that might be a belief that I can't 100% argue with. But at the same time, we knew that this was going to be in the game ever since they mentioned it. This was also in the Korean client of the game, if I remember correctly. And this was obviously on their cash shop. They made a promotion around this and sold it there first. So yeah, it's not really terribly surprising, or at least I think they sold it there first, but they definitely showed it on one of their live letters, their producer live letter type thingamajigs. So anyway, yeah, that's what basically dollars will buy you in this game. A 4-person mount, obviously you have the driver and 3 seats in the back, and like I say, it does differ in the poses depending on what race and gender you are, so that might be something to get you excited. The mount itself does not scale as far as I remember. Obviously, you know, one size fits all, mostly because you don't want millions of different shaped and sized chocobo carriages. Obviously, it does make sense for it to keep the scale, otherwise the bird at the front would have a really weird time. I think this is just a normal size. Obviously, you know, different animations, different poses. If you're rogued in, it's probably a little bit more awkward looking at the front, but yeah, I really like this. I think it's an exceptional mount. There is, of course, mount information on this. We should probably look at that. It says, summon forth your chocobo carriage to ferry your friends around in comfort. It says, a ubiquitous mode of transportation in Eorzea. The chocobo carriage is kept aloft by ceruleum gas-filled bladders. There you go, ceruleum, that's what I was looking for. This technology traces its origins to an Airly Ixali dirigible that crashed in the Twelveswood and was seized by the Gridanian authorities. It is a 4-person mount. That's a really interesting chocobo footprint there. And hidden text says, we get to ride a horse-bird carriage? I don't know. Sounds scary, says the Doman child. A horse-bird carriage. I've never actually thought of them as horse-birds, but there we go. So let me know what you think about this. But next, let's have a look at the glamour. We're going to look at both the female and male glamours. That's the next thing on the itinerary. Okay then, here's the female outfit then. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? How else am I supposed to describe this outfit other than I'm in absolute love? It is the same premium quality that you would expect from a Mogstation, and is very much resembling, even though I'll probably insult someone by saying this, a very sort of Bavarian look-alike outfit from, you know, Oktoberfest sort of thing, like a very Brewfest-centric sort of dress. I think that's its inspiration, which is obviously popularized in Germany, and obviously spread around the entire world, but it's very much the sort of dress I would like someone to pour me a pint of beer, a pint of real ale in, I think you'll agree. But the things I love about this dress, yeah, the top and the skirt there are completely separate. They're not joined together. I love the way that it's basically making my character's breasts enormous. They do actually indeed jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. Yeah, best outfit ever. Go buy it on the Mogstation. I don't know any other way to say that, but it pushes them up enough and they look amazing. Here it is then in a selection of different dyes. I thought it would be interesting to show this off. There's a nice snow white looking pretty nice. I like how the details are sort of accentuated by the different colours. Of course, the apron on the front there not really changing colour, but the inlaid sort of designs, the straw hat there with the ribbon and those lovely shoes which have a gold buckle, and then the main shoe colour changes. I love the sort of purple ribbon there. I think it looks just exceptional in most colours. I will definitely be reusing this chest for multiple things. I find it really, really gratifying to see how well this dyes. I was quite surprised. I thought it was going to dye really badly, but, you know, when you're pleasantly surprised like this, that's pure white, looking exceptional, and there's jet black as well. There's not much difference between pure white and jet black. Now we've got the complimentary toast emote. Of course, we have to have a toast emote. Get completely lathered and celebrate it. I love this outfit. It's going to be used in a lot of future glamours. Let me know what you think about it. So the male version of this is pretty much the same theme, very Bavarian. You know, again, Oktoberfest, very much drink as much as you possibly can, sort of, you know, very German-centric. I love this. A friend of mine who's German instantly purchased this, so I can't wait to see him basically wearing this to raid nights. It's going to be fantastic. A lot of people really love this. It's a fantastic looking outfit. The detail is just as good as the female version. A lot of people are going to moan about, you know, the gender inequalities between wearing each of the sets, but personally, they are very much themed to be male and female centered outfits that are kind of separate, and that's kind of obvious in this. I love the socks there that are pulled so high on the leg. I used to hate that as a kid, having your socks that high. It used to really annoy me. And then you've got the knee height shorts there, like cargo shorts. Those boots are quite nice. And the natural green colour is quite good as well on this, with the hat there and the feather. It definitely does look like this guy is ready to go straight into a bar and drink everything, isn't it? Basically, in the spirit of celebration. And that's why we filmed it in the bar today. But yeah, I can see a lot of people loving this one in particular as well. So next up then, I think we should look at dyes on this, as obviously that's the fairest thing to do would be to show it off. So, you know, we've got this lovely green and sort of darker colours, but in Snow White it looks pretty nice as well. I think you'll agree. Soot Black, pretty cool. You know, there's your sort of Dalamud reds. Your yellows look pretty good. That's Honey Yellow. We've got green there, which is Ochu green. There's a bit of off-odd blue. Of course, you know, mixing and matching outfits comprised of parts from this set is going to look really good. I do think the hat is probably the thing that my alternate character here will make the use of most for future glamours, but there we go. Let me know what you think about the male outfit as well, but I think they're both really, really nice. So then, this is the other two items then briefly to look at that we could get from last year. This, of course, is the portable pool for your housing item storage. Very nice item. We loved this last year, but it's nice to be able to pick this up fairly cheaply. It's one of the only outdoors sort of pools that we have that's, you know, big enough to put your character in. I do like that. I do like that indeed. And of course, we do have running around here. Let's have a closer look at that. This is the brand new, the brave new Y'shtola minion here from the last Rising event. We got a a new reward this year. That'll be in the second video that we do today. So yeah, pretty cool rewards as well. But of course, the main sweet of this is definitely that Chocobo Carriage. I'm in absolutely love of it. It's incredible. Of course, you have different seated positions depending on where you choose on the pinion. I think it is the ride pinion option. Obviously, you sit in different places. You've got the front one, which is number 1, and we've got the right and left seat, and we lean on the side on one of them and look out aimlessly into the distance on the other, and the other one is sort of holding your neck, like I said before. But yeah, this doesn't scale with the size of your character. It's the same regardless, which is really cool, which obviously means that the driver position looks very different as well. Just as a demonstration, here's a Lalafell on the front of this, which is absolutely adorable. You can barely reach the the lure thing to make the Chocobo go forward. I find that absolutely adorable. It's fantastic. This mount is truly a very, very premium mount, and I'm happy they added it personally, as much as people are going to give it flack for not being in the game, but it is what it is, right? You have to accept this sort of stuff, or you have to not accept this stuff. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I personally love it. I think it's fantastic. And what better way to end this than to show it off here, going through Gridania, which is where we all first, well, I first saw this at least at the start of the game, because I started in Gridania being a conjurer. And it brings back so many great memories. Technically, it's the first mount that we ever see in the game then, isn't it, if you think about it? Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, and obviously we have the, at night time, the little lanterns come alight as well on the actual carriage, which is adorable. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Is this overpriced? Is this something that you want to save up for? Or is this something that you immediately purchase like I did today? I know a lot of money is going to be put into Square Enix today, and usually I would say that 99% of that money goes towards creating new and exciting things for this game, and yeah, everything into the future. Anyway, thank you kindly for watching this video. The next video, like I say, will be a Rising event. We'll do a playthrough of that and then show the rewards. But yes, we won't have separate videos today on the Mogstation stuff, because this is actually the day where my computer is being delivered, which is also the reason why we're doing this stuff live. I don't know if you've noticed, but recently a few of my, all of the videos of this week have been recorded live. The reason for that is I don't actually have access to the usual editing software and setup, because my computer has pretty much decided that it's not going to let me do anything. Everything is corrupting, so I'm actually editing on a laptop right now until the PC gets delivered, and then we'll be back in full production, in fact more than usual. But anyway, let me know what you think of these items featured today, and I'll see you all next time.